typically a quiet Sunday around this time of day, but we're just getting in the news from President Biden that he will not be running for re-election. He has thrown his support instead behind Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, in the statement that he released on social media, the president said, quote, "My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term." Now, this is news that just came in, and this was something that we were watching because there has been a lot of contention within the Democratic Party regarding the future of the party and who will actually accept the nomination. So we can expect that in the weeks to come, there will be contention surrounding this issue. Obviously, the president has had a lot of concerns regarding his mental acuity, and this is something that since the debate has become a big issue for Democrats. Obviously, before there were talks that the president shouldn't have run for re-election, but now we have really seen an intensification of those concerns, and just today now the announcement that he will not be seeking re-election. Now, there is a lot to think about right now, including, of course, how the Trump campaign is going to respond to this news. Former President Trump actually on Truth Social just moments ago put out a statement saying that he believed the president was never fit to be in office. And that's what his response was. Definitely not one that was out of the sorts for former President Trump. It was definitely something that you would have expected to hear from him regarding President Biden. Staunch rivals we have here. So that's one thing. But then the next thing, of course, is the Democratic National Convention that's coming up in August. Who will actually get the nomination? There have been some Democrats that have spoken out and have said that they believe Vice President Kamala Harris is equipped and prepared to take the position. Obviously, though, there are going to be some people that disagree with that. And so we will have to watch and see what the Democrats end up doing. But this is, of course, big news that is kind of sending people into a spiral here because there's now going to be that discussion and now that look at how things are going to go. One thing I do want to note, though, is that when we talk about someone dropping out in this type of scenario, here's the important thing, the campaign funds. Obviously, a lot of dollars that have been thrown in the direction of the Biden campaign throughout this election cycle. But the only way that money will still be able to be used is if Vice President Kamala Harris is the person that ends up running. So that's the thing here. If it's going to be a completely separate ticket, completely new people, those dollars, well, you're just going to have to re-fundraise. And so you could expect a boost of fundraising if there were to be new candidates. But when you have the same candidates, you can keep the dollars that you have. And so if the Democratic Party goes that direction, they can actually keep the funds that they've raised off the Biden-Harris ticket with Vice President Kamala Harris leading the ticket. So I will continue to keep everyone posted on this breaking news. Obviously, a lot to discuss and a lot happening at once. So I'm going to continue to keep you updated. Join me on Twitter, X, that is at Jaden, Jaden_reports. Same handle on Instagram as well. And I'm Jaden Jefferson Reports on Facebook. Have a great Sunday, and I will keep you posted.